We'll come back to this story, but for now, a breaking news development coming in from the Supreme Court, where hearing on the Udaipur Files row has now been slotted for tomorrow. The SC bench said that the matter will be heard for about 15 minutes tomorrow. Senior advocate Kapil Sibbal appeared for the Ulema-i-Hind, and senior advocate Menaka Guruswamy appeared for the accused Mohammad Javed. Senior advocate Gaurav Bhatia appeared for the producers of the film. Let's go to Shambhavi. She's going to join us live from outside the Supreme Court, as also Aditya. But essentially, a final hearing to take place before the Supreme Court gives its mind. Remember, in the last hearing, we had the government come back with a suggestion of 6 cuts or changes in the movie, after which it could be released. But now we hear that the Ulema-i-Hind is not ready to accept that also. So the Supreme Court is going to adjudicate on this fresh plea of the Jamiyata. Shambhavi is now live with us from outside the Supreme Court. Shambhavi, what remains of the hearing in the Supreme Court? We get an impression that we're given to believe, rather, that the Jamiyat has come back with a fresh petition that they are not going to accept the 6 changes, or they are not going to accept the movie, including with the 6 changes that have been suggested by the government. So how things are stacked up in the court before the hearing?
Well, in the objections that was filed from the Jamiyat ends after the government committee's 6 cuts, it was very clearly mentioned they were not satisfied with the cuts made. They said that the cuts were they were cosmetic, and they did not actually consider the main problem, the main issues that were raised by the Jamiyat. And they pointed out various things with the constitution of the committee itself, which was a huge issue today, because they said that in the constitution of the government committee that was responsible for hearing both the parties, that was the screening committee, they said that the constitution of the committee was faulty in its own self. Why? Because there were members from CBFC, and CBFC have political nominees, they have political ties, they have political inclinations. So that did not help to have a non-biased hearing. Apart from this, they also said that in the committee, because the committee should be neutral for them to decide, for them to actually suggest cuts. That is why the cuts that they made were very cosmetic in nature. They did not actually consider. So tomorrow, what we can expect is the Supreme Court has definitely given the petitioner the liberty to move to the High Court if they want, with a fresh petition. And what the Supreme Court is going to hear, they very clearly stated today that from tomorrow they are going to hear the case for 10 to 15 minutes. And in that 10 to 15 minutes, they're going to decide that whether the stay on the movie should continue till the petitioner goes to the High Court with a fresh petition, because they are not ready to accept the 6 cuts. Back to you.
All right, so the final hearing in the Udaipur Files row to take place tomorrow in the Supreme Court. The Jamiyat has objected to the suggestions coming in from the government, and that's what the top court would look into before pronouncing its verdict. Thank you so much, Shambhavi, for joining us with those details from outside the Supreme Court. Moving on.